What up, guys? It is your boy Phantom Works, and he's back with another help tip video, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Back at it again with the white vans, of course. And yeah, we're gonna be talking about just how to make a quick. Here, you can look at something appealing. How to make a quick workflow for you to. Not only for you to practice, but in all just aspects of animation. So what you want to try to get down to is something I've talked about before, is just getting a quick workflow to where you can kind of start an animation, and if the animation looks whack, then you can go ahead and just scrap it. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys, a little bit of how I do it so far, and what's really been working for me as far as just, getting a quick sketch out. So like I did a couple of these, and these took nowhere from like 10 to 15 minutes, which is really fast for just the amount of frames and the amount of just workflow you can get through. Because then once you get down, just like when you're drawing, once you get down kind of the idea, then you could just jump into the rendering and you already have everything all squatted up. So this one's one I did of just somebody walking. So that I did in like 15 minutes. You have the full idea down. I'm keeping the, the height there. And then except here I kind of go down, but fuck it, anyways. But yeah, you can really just see, like here I made a sketch of a girl. I'm just putting where the hair would be flowing. Stuff like that. You just make it really simple and easy for you to be able to render later. So just want to show you a couple of those real quick. And now, this one I didn't animate. I just was messing with, doing color tones and lines and stuff. But I might animate it later. Right now I'm just getting some sketches out. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna look up a generic scene from an anime. Let's see. Let's do something popular right now, like Boku no Hero. No wait, we did that last time, right? So fuck it. Let's do let's do Ray something. It's Ray Zero, right? That's the in anime right now. I haven't watched it yet, so we have to go to episode 1. Sorry guys, except the people who haven't watched it just like me. So we're going to do the animation of the first 5 seconds, or just wherever I feel like. Okay, so is that a good one? I guess that's alright. Okay, so the first thing I do, I'm doing, if you guys go to, it's like a 1 minute and 28 seconds. If you go to that on the ReZero Hamaru, if you go to that, like 1 minute and 28 seconds, I'll give you a second to do it. You know what, never mind, you can pause the video and do it. Just so we can keep the video short. I'm sorry, I love you guys. Alright, so what I do, I get the marker tool. I get a nice little light tone. Here, let me open that back up. Wait, no, fuck that. Here, let's get another folder. I get a nice little tone. Right here, I guess this isn't, here, I'm going to do a brand new one. Okay, so boom, you open up, you got your animation file, everything like that. So first pick a nice light tone, something playful, something not too strong, just so it's not too hard on your eyes, and at the same time it doesn't keep you from, getting the sketch down instead of detailing. So right at the minute and 28 seconds, we see that the main character is kind of just making a face over here, and then we kind of just have that side character's body right over here, which I guess she's not a side character, she's kind of just like, the whatever, whatchamacallit chick. But that's our main focus, right? That's the face that we have. I basically have her body down where she's supposed to be. I might screenshot this later, so in case you guys don't want to go through the hassle of go into that part, I'll screenshot where I'm at. So here's the main character. There's a side character, so I already have, boom, I already have their pose where they are down. What animation for, anime, what it does a lot is everything is kind of in a still image, but it still keeps it as if it's still flowing. So like here, just have yourself a play while you're, throwing the sketch. So throw down the major parts that kind of stick out to you, like the hair is kind of sticking out here. There's a little bun part right here. Just, over exaggerate it and render it later. Just so you know that part's there, that part's there. There's another little whatchamacallit here. So I basically have the overall form down. So boom, good to go. So what you can do if you feel confident about just this part right here, and this is a scene on there where there's not much movement. There's mostly just them talking, and then you get the mouth just going off while he's saying something. So he's like, blah, 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 blah. Why'd you take my hot Cheetos? Like, he's just talking shit right now. So, like, basically, this is one of those frames where nobody's really moving. It's just certain parts of the mouth are moving and the eyebrows are moving. And her eyes are probably blinking at the same time while he's talking. So there's not too much moving around. So what we can do is just jump right into a sketch. So what you would do is just go on animation folder right here, and then you would just lower the opacity of that, and you should be labeling these, which I didn't label it before on the other videos, so I guess I'll just do sketch, you label it, and then what you want to do is just open a new file. And then you're gonna do a rough sketch just like you did with the marker, but you're gonna get a more stable tool. So like I'm just gonna use like this lighter, whatchamacallit, I'm gonna use this light pencil, and then I'm just gonna put this over here, and I'm just gonna lay out the major parts real quick. And here you can get slightly more detailed, but don't be too detailed. Like, what you want to do is just maybe put any type of buttons or any type of, like, armor they may have on or something like that. You want to just go ahead and throw that on there, and then then you could know where you're laying out things later whenever you're doing line work. So here, I'm just putting in, like, his eyes. I'm not going too crazy with the details, doing this, his eyebrows raised like that, his mouth circle there, straight along there, right over here. So I encourage you guys to like find your favorite anime and just animate a scene out of it. It could be anime, it could be a favorite cartoon, whatever your animation pleasure is. Just find a nice show that's animated and just reenact the scene that you're seeing on there with your animation. It's really good. You won't get it. Like as you can see here, I'm not getting it 100% right on here. Even when I do the finished whatever line work on there, I'm not gonna get 100%. But it's good practice, and each time you do it, you get better. Like, and it's good to see your your animations just move, and you're doing it of your favorite anime. So right when like whenever we're young or whatever, or some shit. Like whenever we're young, we draw like Dragon Ball Z or something, right? Or like, cause that's like our anime that we liked and stuff. So we draw that. It's the same thing with animation. Find an anime that is current that your friend or you like or some shit, and just do a nice little small animation of it. It may be crappy, it may be good. If it's good, then I don't know, what that whole conversation would be about. But if it's bad, or if it's just not up to something that you like, it's still you got to do your favorite anime. You got to get a little practice, and maybe your friend will like it, and your friends 9 times out of 10, any type of animation you do, even if it's like the shittiest thing ever, your friend will still be like, wow, you attempted animation, and you're trying your best and stuff. Wow, like they'll like legitimately fuck you. They will like your stuff. They'll like it, and that'll give you some really good encouragement to get better, and they'll be sitting there by your side like, man, I got to support you while you were like doing animation, and now you're making all that animation money. Right. Anyways, but yeah, guys, it's a really good feeling, and you know, if you show your friends your animations and stuff, they'll encourage you, because animation, it's a really good, it's a good skill, it's a good art, you know. I know nowadays, you know, art isn't as it isn't as, you know, loved as it was back in those Roman days and shit, but it's still recognizable whenever somebody's a really good artist or something and they're drawing something pretty awesome. Like, people still, they're hooked in that moment. They're just like, wow, like, you drew that? Oh, you must be so talented. And of course, nowadays they don't really, you know, they don't really look into how much hours you put in or how much you've been practicing or the shit that you drew, but they're still like, wow, you know, you did that all by yourself, da da da. And you know, nowadays that's just something, you know, you keep it. You like, yeah, you know, thanks for telling me my shit's awesome, because your shit's not awesome. Anyway, so yeah, you know, you just get something down like this. So now we have basically a nice little scene. How long did that take us? Let me look at our little timer here. Took us 11 minutes. We already have basically everything down that we're gonna want to keep. And so at this point, you kind of do the same thing. So now you have your animation folder, which really should just be I don't know, marker sketch. If you want to do it like that, you can just do marker sketch, and then you can just do sketch whenever you're just doing line work, regular line work. And then you go ahead and just like when you did on the marker sketch, you just go lower the opacity again. And if this is too distracting, you could just take that off. But then, you know, here's your last time here. Son of a bitch. You make your new folder. You make your new folder, and then you do something like line work, right? And what you're going to do instead on this, just like when you do line work, on, let's say, a regular picture, like you're doing a regular picture and you need to do like a vector layer, so everything snaps to each other, so you're not, you know, hitting everywhere in the dark and you won't be able to do color anymore. So what you have to do to get a vector layer on your line work layer, you have to actually literally first click on that folder that you made that's line work right over here. You click on that, you go down to new vector layer, and if you notice, it says 1 right here, but it's not showing up here. So what you have to do is right click and then click 1. And so when you're on this individual file itself, you click 1 and it's going to click the one that's over here. So you're basically just moving the timestamp into there and then going there. Same thing when I showed you guys how to do that copy and paste. So now you could do vector layers on here. So what I do, you really should just get the opacity to 50%, but I have it at 60 because fuck it. But really, you could do whatever one you want, as long as you're just comfortable or whatever. And then you just, you know, you just do your line work. So it's a little bit too bright on here, so we're just gonna lower this a little bit more, just so we know, because we use the same color for everything on there, so it's a little bit harder to see. But as you can see, guys, you know, just throwing down your line work here. I might fast forward through this, I don't know, because I'm trying to keep this at least 15 minutes, under 15 minutes actually, not at least. I'm trying to keep it under 15 minutes so I can be able to show you guys just a quick process. But then it doesn't really show you, you know, I can't really show you how fast it is if it's not in real time. So yeah, I'll just do my best to kind of, you know, get everything down. So, you know, just use your regular lining techniques. And if you're not familiar with any type of lining techniques, if you'd like a video on that, I'll have to make that separate because, you know, time. But yeah, guys, I mean, if you already know how to do a little bit of line work and everything, just, you know, throw that into your regular animation, and you know, you'll have everything kind of nailed out for you. So like here, it's got the eyes all knocked out and stuff. So I mean, just depending on how well, not how fast you do your regular line work. Doesn't really matter how well you do your line work, especially for animation. Not a lot of people, unless you're in a studio of like a bunch of shitload of people, if you're doing your own individual animations, most people are going to support whatever kind of style you have. I mean, look how famous those stick figure animations are. It's like freaking just crazy famous right now. Or it's been famous. It was famous when I was like in middle school too. But yeah, I mean, unless you're in a big studio where it's just like all these people are working together, that's expected that you make some at least decent animation, just to keep up with the competition. At the same time, you know, that's a lot of people working on one thing. So it's like, yeah, you better make some really awesome animation, because you probably were only given like these couple scenes or whatever, and then you had the whole week to work on it while everybody else was there. So there's some animation studios that aren't like that, where they don't have that much workers and stuff, but those ones don't necessarily make the best stuff or whatever. Like it's like good, but it's not as good as it would be if they had a couple more people, you know what I'm saying? But it's still good. Like, I'm not harping on them or anything, but yeah. So I mean, don't think I'll be able to line this up quick enough for that 15. Hopefully I can. If not, we'll skip a couple of parts and just get to the gist of it, you know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Oop, skip that there. But yeah, just like I was saying, you know, you can lay down those little small designs on her shirt and shit. I skipped a couple of stuff so we can get this, I skipped a couple of designs on her just so we can get the tutorial in a healthy length here. But nobody's really commented on whether or not they like when it's long, or if this is kind of doing it for them. Gotten a couple of comments from you guys saying that, you know, you like the tutorials, so I appreciate that too. So I mean, as long as you guys are telling me, you know, these tutorials are doing it for you, let me know, and I'ma whip them out. But I was supposed to do a chill with Phantom like 3 days ago or something, and yeah, no, a day ago, because I put out videos every other day at least. Even if it's not on a subject, I'm trying to put at least one video out a day on this channel for y'all, so you kind of have something to look forward to the day after, at least, from your boy Phantom. Let's see here. So here, you know, just getting those little pieces, parts on his lip and stuff, and his cheek snapping out. But yeah, that thing I was saying before, when I'm gonna get the screenshot of the part that I'm animating here, I'll probably do that so you guys don't have to fuck around with like finding the other thing. Oh yeah, but I may cuss a lot on this channel, but you know, just fuck it. Cause that's just kind of how that's kind of my flow. It's just kind of my flow, you know. You guys are my hombres, man. So I say what I want with you, you know. You're my family. Let's see here. Yeah, I think we're somewhat good. We'll be able to get to a little bit of the color, and then, you know. So just like what I'm doing here, you know, use your regular skills that you already have obtained through other means, and you can kind of get your line work just done quickly here, and like I'm doing. And I mean, it may seem like it's like tedious, but I mean, imagine you got your music on and shit. You got your music on. You've gotten all the hard stuff of just the poses out because you did all those steps right there. Now you got your music on and you're just chilling and doing your line work, man. Like the rest is just, you know, common knowledge to you because you've hit the hard parts. So that's what I really like about, you know, that technique. That's why I wanted to show you that technique. So I mean, Now we got the line work. What you want to probably do is do something for the background. Background without the cap lock on. So in the scene that I picked out here, it's kind of dark. So what we're going to do is just kind of get like a dark background. And I'm doing something like that. And then let's do something like this. Dense color. And we're just going to throw this here. And then we're just going to get the opacity brush, make it a little smooth in there, just so it kind of blends in with everything that is going on there. You know, there's a couple of trees there. Oh shit. That kind of break through in there. Okay, so you really should do your background. You can do it in the beginning or you can do it at the end like I'm doing it. It doesn't fucking matter. So there you got your background. What you want to do is kind of take it away. So, because as you can see, the lines, the line color that we chose, you can't really see through that. So just like before, we're going to take away the sketch layer and we're leaving everything that we have on there. And then we're just going to use this paint bucket, refer to other layers, and we're going to make sure follow adjacent pixel. So this is going to make sure everything kind of closes at the end of it so it doesn't flatten out everywhere. And then we're going to, under the line work, we're going to make another folder called color, and then do another animation cell, and under that cell we're just going to I put my opacity for the I put my opacity 80, so it's not the full color of it, it's just a little bit. That makes it a little bit more appealing than just the full color coming out there. And then, you know, just color away. So you got your little color here, you got her arms there. You could fix everything else in post, so what you're really just trying to do is nail down those colors real quick. So like gray, 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 you know. Looks like we have like white and purple and stuff, so like probably won't mess with this too much. We'll probably just put like this color there. And then just, you know, for the guy we'll do this, give him that color. And as you can see, some of it I didn't connect there. I would just, I can't really go back and do it just because of how much time we have left. But like we can just use the line tool, make sure everything is all closed up, and then just try that again. So, you know, just hit that back button, and, you know, that's something that's already known. But yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Where is it? Line work, and then, because I want to show you guys right the first time. Here we go. There, so that should be closed up now, and then we'll just use this color here. Alright, cool. One more time. There we go. Alright, so he's a little bit too dark. There. There. Now he looks like Brock. Okay, whatever. And if you're ever having issues with finding the color that they are or whatever, then you could just like actually copy the picture itself, and then you could just use that little whatchamacallit? You could use that little eyedropper, and just find the color and be able to mess with it. But yeah, I mean, that's a pretty quick process. Then you have your Then you have your background here. Here, we're just gonna make those white here so it shows up for you guys. You have your background already set up and done, and boom. See? It's a pretty quick process. Even quicker when you're not explaining it. But yeah, we're on shit, motherfucker. So we're on 24 minutes. So yeah, guys, if you guys want if you want a more detailed tip on this, or if you want me to just like, I'll probably on my next chill session we'll do some animation, and I'll just actually, show you guys exactly, however long it takes, one of my animations that are actually done well or whatever. But here, I mean, that's a quick way you can do your animation stuff. What you want to do is make sure you get your marker sketch down for every animation that you have. And then you want to do your line work. You want to do your line sketch and then line work first. And then go into all the cool stuff. You see how fast it was. So, thank you guys very much for watching. Sorry I haven't posted my video every other day yet. But we're staying on that schedule. This will probably make up for it because this video is so fucking long. So yeah, everybody take care. I hope you have a great day. Thank you again for watching. I'm going to do one more thing because I just noticed he has a tongue. I didn't just notice, but I was like fuck it earlier, but we might as well. I mean, since we already fixed the hair, might as well fix the tongue there. So yeah, guys, there you go. There's also the little dark in here, but whatever, fuck it. Bye guys, take care. Love you, Phantom.